Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, young lady.
I love your black shirt.
Thank you,
there.
honey. It's
We're
navy blue.
Oh, okay. I thought it was black. Okay, well, I'm in black.
I love your little brooch. I love your brooch.
I was very busy today.
We'll
talk about it later.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
It's getting a little colder.
I know, I'm freezing.
It's cold. Yeah.
See how cold my hands are?
Yeah,
Very,
warm
very
heart,
cold.
but very warm heart, right?
That's true.
Very warm heart.
Yes, and it's April.
That's right. Wait, April.
Well, it'll be April.
Saturday's April. Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So the spring is coming. Hopefully, we're not going to get snow.
Yeah, they were talking about a storm that's coming across from the west all the way over. So,
yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
I brought you a new toy today. Wait till you see it.
I know.
I'm not going to tell you how it works.
She loves toys.
Oh yeah, I'm a toy person.
I love toys too, actually.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
I have a lot of toys.
Well, this is my very nice guest we have. Her name is Mary Buttafuoco Aguilar. And she's a Long Islander.
Yes.
Queens lady.
Brooklyn and Queens.
Born in
Brooklyn and Queens.
Then lived in Brooklyn, then went to Queens, and then went back to Brooklyn.
Has a lot of different things she's done.
Yes.
To what she's achieved today, only a few days ago, with her college degree. So we have a lot to talk about.
We definitely have a lot to talk about.
Yes, and this is her book. It's a beautiful cover, and it says Voices Never Heard. So, congratulations. So, I see you're a native of New York.
Yes.
You survived a lot of things, and you're a speaking out person, an actress on HBO, The Sopranos,
Right.
and an advocate for helping people share the truth.
Yes.
I'm the truth. I'm a truth person. He knows.
Me too.
The truth sets you free.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And you say, be strong, be persistent, and thrive.
That's it.
I love it. Just love it. Because I believe in all that.
Me too.
And so it's nice to meet you. But first you have to tell Greg where we met.
Okay.
There we go.
We met in Elmont, Stop 20 Diner.
At where? Stop.
Now we're going.
We're
circling
all
different
right.
diners now.
I think everybody knows Stop 20, even people in Florida.
That's right. That's right.
Because it was what it was. It's a stop. It used to be a bus stop. In the old days, that was called Stop 20. I want to get off the bus at Stop 20, and then they would let you off.
Is that how the
That's
name?
Exactly what it is. Yes, I was one of the people on the bus.
You're kidding me? Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's how. And then by the racetrack was Stop 12. So that's how that arrived. But my mom worked there. I worked there, and so I feel a comfort when I'm there because I feel like I'm at home again.
Well, that's why when I met you, all those men were surrounding you. I'm like, who is this lady? She had all these men surrounding her, and
That's why she came to talk to you. That's why.
No,
That's
and
why.
then they brought you over to meet me.
Right.
And then, who do you think knew her? Patrick.
Patrick knows everybody.
Yes.
And I'm like, how do you know her? You know, so that's how we met. So I'm glad we met. I'm very proud of everything you've done.
Thank you.
But we're going to go from the beginning because the best is the last.
Yes.
And I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you.
So this is the Avenue with G's. This is Greg's club. What do you think?
I love it here. It's really nice.
I think she's going to be coming dancing here.
I know we had a great evening last night. Tanisha, thank you so much. DJ Dom, thank you for coming through. Really appreciate it. It was really, really nice. It was a nice event, and it was a Metro 700. Metro 700?
Of course. Yeah.
So it was one of those kind of like reunion things. It was really nice to see a lot of people.
That's wonderful.
Everybody looked great. So
were they dressed in different
I mean, they were just dressed really, just casual, nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't do a retro of back then. So
yeah, my day I was a dancer, boy.
Were you?
Did you stand in those cages?
Yeah, people when I used to go out dancing, they used to make a circle because I was a city girl. You know, I grew up in the city, and when I came to Nassau County, I was like different, you know. So I said, "Oh, you don't know how to dance. You don't know how to."
I could picture you.
And I was it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was a dancer.
Did you wear a lot of ruffles when you did those dances?
No, just street dancing. I was good at street dancing.
She's waiting for you to say yes.
No
I used
ruffles,
the
no
pole.
ballet. I wish, but I didn't. Yeah.
Well, I'm very curious because you were in The Sopranos. I hear we have a clip.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Steve Sharippa.
Mm-hmm.
And you played his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that in The Sopranos.
I played Cousin Grace in episode 42, season 4, and it was called Christopher. And it starts with about Christopher Columbus. And so anyways, Steve's wife dies. Bobby Bacala's wife gets killed in a car accident. And I come to stay with him and help him with the children, because his wife had died. And I'm his cousin, so... Anyways, the funeral scene, he did such a wonderful job. I never saw anything like it. He really, he would put the A in anguish. That's how he bitterly cried. And it was almost like, is this real? And the way the props were, I sat right next to Tony Soprano, because family sits in the front, so I was right next to him. And I didn't know how tall he really was. He was very tall. Really nice stature, nice person. Well, anyway, the director said to me, we're going to change the script. You're going to go up there. I was supposed to just be present as a family member. And then I'm thinking, and he said, when the bell rings, you're going up there. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I said, it's a crying scene. So I remembered walking in the hall and seeing, now this was in December. The Twin Towers was September. So I remember seeing a lot of the boots and the hats of the firemen that were killed in that building. Well, they went up to New York, and I walked and I saw the boots out there and I said, I can do it. And I was really thinking about that person that never went home. Father, uncle, brother. And so I was able to pull off the crying scene. So when I got up, I went to Steve and I said, are you all right? And he said, yeah. And I sat down, but I didn't think I was able to pull it off because it was last minute. But in acting, you have to feel the part. If you don't feel the part, you can't act the part.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, you did a good job. And, you probably got a lot of fun when you did that, right?
I did have fun. First time in my life,
What are you looking at? Hold on. What are you looking at? Hold on. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at
this.
I want to see the scene from The Sopranos.
Okay, well, when we're ready, he'll show it.
I thought it was on him.
Oh, Lord Jesus, Mary Joseph. Look, I got a partition and it still doesn't work.
He doesn't like when I look over his shoulder. We're work, wife and husband.
I see.
That's it.
That's why they have those movies, HLN, Kill Your Wife. I'm sorry.
Somebody at the senior expo today asked me if we got married. She goes, you're awfully friendly with that co-host of yours. Is he your boyfriend or did you get married? I said, neither.
Yeah, we act like a husband and wife, that's for sure.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So this is a joke, but it's not. It's serious. He does not like me looking over his shoulder.
Okay.
And that's why he purchased this.
I see.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that was great experience.
Yes. And like I said, the casting agents was Walken and Jaffe. And that's Christopher Walken's wife, who cast for The Sopranos. And it was really weird because the day that I went for the casting call, I was on the line and there was a lot of women there. And I said, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So a woman from Florida who said, I have to catch a plane really quick, so I have to get ahead of the line. Christopher Walken's wife saw her cut me on the line, but she did me a favor. Because she said, I'm going to take you.
Oh, she got pissed.
Really?
Yeah, because she didn't like it. We don't care. You have to catch a plane. What does that mean? So they had me read the lines, and the lines were like something like, "Come on, kids, go to bed." And I thought, how am I going to say that? So I thought about it. I'm going to say it the way I always talk to my granddaughter. Come on, let's go to bed now. And she goes, oh, great, that's it. And
just like that.
That was it. That was the turning point.
Yes. Yeah. So you really have to, when you're on a casting call and it doesn't feel right to you, you have to put it in a perspective, a way you would talk to maybe if you're doing a child scene, how you would talk to your child.
But you never know.
But you never know.
Because some people don't say that.
Right.
The way you said it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just look at my kids and gotta go to bed.
But you talk different to your grandkid than you do to
well, I don't have a grandkid yet, but I do understand.
But that's my point.
That is true.
Like, my kids get
to your
murdered
kids,
anyway.
it's different, but your grandkids, it's like that's your world, really. I mean, I hate to say that, but
Well,
It's true,
not
though. It's true.
You know,
I mean, your
It's true.
grandkids are your
You
grandkids.
just see a side of you that you never thought you had. I mean, having a second set of kids and the way I treat them versus the way I treated my first two. I mean, I was much younger when I
Right.
had them. And these two now, they just walk on water.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, and
that's
I
they're
think
younger, right?
yeah, that's so.
That's right, because you
to me,
understand more too.
So, and my daughter gave me a grand dog, a Nelly. So she goes, Dad, that's about the closest you're gonna get to a grandchild.
Oh,
It's my baby. Yeah.
Well, people love their granddaughters.
yeah, of course.
They spend a lot of money on them too.
Oh my God! I got to tell you, listen, we're praying because the dog got sick in her. She got like inflamed intestines, and I just hope the dog is okay because she's a great dog. And Nelly, she's amazing. She really is. And my daughter's amazing. I just never saw the motherly in her. My daughter's me. She's my firstborn. She's no joke. She really is. She's no joke. And to see how she is, and she's comparing the way I felt. She goes, Dad, now I can understand how helpless, like when they were sick, and there's only so much that you can do, and so she's really upset because the dog's not feeling well.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. I mean, I've had lots of dogs, and to me, I was a little rough with the dogs.
Right.
I mean, I just look at them and that's it. And she's like, Dad, and it's like you could really.
You got into it.
Yeah.
You really, it's amazing.
I could never get into dogs. I'm allergic to them, so it's very hard for me to. Dogs, cats, any of that.
No, cats I can't do.
I couldn't do it. But getting
like
back to
them,
The
but I-
Sopranos,
Yeah.
Steve Sharippa I love him to death. So I sent him a message on Facebook
Oh, good.
and told him you were going to be here. So I'm hoping he's
Hopefully
watching.
he's
and
watching.
if you are watching, Steve, we want you, your wife, and your dog to come on the show because I've been asking him for a while. And his wife is lovely. They do a lot of walking together. I follow him on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And the dog is adorable. I said you can even bring the dog.
Okay.
So maybe he's watching because of
I
you.
hope so.
And if
I
you have
hope
anything
so.
to say about it, make sure you let him know.
I tried to contact him earlier.
You did? All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
good.
didn't get a response, but
Okay. Well, that's great.
I have to give today is every day every time we have a show we mention what today is. Today is National Pencil Day, which I don't have a pencil.
Day?
I had to
No,
take
I don't
their
either.
pen. National Turkey Soup Day, National Take a Walk in a Park Day, National I Am in Control Day.
I am in control today.
Yeah, you're always in control. National
in the day.
Virtual Vacation Day.
I don't know. What
So,
do you do on a virtual vacation day?
nothing. You
Watch a
don't
lot
have-
of-
Yeah, you watch virtual things that are virtual like.
Yeah, I guess.
And I know the Mets were playing today. Kevin Camper, I'm giving you a big shout out. He's Kiwanis. I'm with the Kiwanis.
Oh, okay.
Kiwanian, and he's a Kiwanian. He's an amazing guy, and congratulations. He got like the top Christianity award. You can't
Really?
get a higher award.
Really?
And this is that was given to him by district, and
Wow.
he's just an amazing guy. He really is, and congratulations, well deserved. I mean, the guy really really works very hard for everything, and he just does it with love and compassion and nothing in return.
Yeah.
But that's what a true Kiwanian
That's
is
what it
anyway.
is, yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
So let's talk about I know you lived in Queens, you lived in Nassau, you've traveled around a lot, and your book is a little bit about what you as a kid, what you went through,
Yes.
and how you came through a lot of struggles.
Yes.
And since the book, you've been doing a lot of different things. So you're telling me that you have Versace perfume in your bag for me?
Yes, I
How is
do.
That's
that
all she cares
possible?
about. She could care less about anything else. She goes,
That's it.
Versace?
How is
I
that
have some
possible?
goodies for you.
That was it.
And not to plug, but Versace just came out with another one, and it's purple.
Ooh.
And it's called Versace Purple because purple's the hot color right now.
That's right. Purple's my
it?
favorite color.
Me too.
Is it?
And
Oh, good.
yeah. And it smells gorgeous. So we just launched it in 3 of the stores: Bloomingdale's, Macy's, and Nordstrom. So
Very
I don't
nice.
have a sample of that. I wanted to get that, but I didn't. I didn't get it for myself.
So you go
but I have
to
other-
around the old different
I'm
locations?
predominantly Macy's. Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom back and forth. They're right across. I don't know if you know, in Roosevelt Field, all I have to do is go right across the parking lot, and then I'm in so I do doubles.
So you go around and people try the perfume, or you actually
Yeah.
sell at the counter?
No, I promote it.
Right.
I'm the person that everybody gets annoyed with when you spray it. I have
Right.
it already, but it just came out. How do you have
Right.
it? But that's the brush off, and
That's
so
called
I
the brush
understand
off?
though. Yeah, because
Brush off.
I have it. It just came out today, but you have it. Okay, so it's funny how people do that, but I understand because you don't want to be. You feel like you're being pested, But
Do you like doing it?
oh yeah, I like it because it gives me another sense of atmosphere and a different. I like the way the people dress and that keeps me in style sort of.
Sure. Well, you look very nice today. I like
you
your
look great.
scarf.
Thank you.
You smell great.
Oh, thank you.
Well-
It's Versace. No.
Well,
Versace, are you listening to all these plugs that you're getting?
Yeah.
listen. Do you know how I met him? Because he smelled good, and I met him in the dry cleaner.
And you follow.
Oh
did.
yeah,
That's
follow
it.
the scent.
Oh, you see?
She really did.
People don't realize.
Follow the
Really?
nose. It's like
Yeah.
Toucan Fruit Loops.
The nose knows.
The nose knows.
The nose
That's
knows.
right.
Well, that's very true.
That's right.
very
That's
true.
right.
And then you also do, I hear, makeup.
Yeah.
So
well,
you have
I
a
used to do
Revlon,
makeup. Yes, when Revlon was in department stores years ago, Revlon was a very big, well known, and so I was their makeup artist. I worked metro area and also sometimes Connecticut, and I go all over for the company. And they were the first ones to come out with a computer that we used to use back then in the 90s, where we could change your hairstyle, your makeup, whatever you want, your hair color. You take a picture of you and put all different hairstyles on you and see what you look like afterwards. Instead of spending the money on a color that doesn't look good on you. Revlon I loved working for that company. I worked
You know
for
what?
them for many years.
See, my daughter used to work for. I believe I don't know if it was Mac or one of the big ones that makes.
Well, Mac is
Mac
a big
is big
one.
one.
Is it? Okay, I don't know much about that, but you know what? I sit there and I watch the way people. I mean, they grab you, you sit down, they just do a little whatever, but they pack on. I got to tell you something.
Yeah, I don't care
They
for that.
pack everybody, just everybody. It didn't matter who.
No, I know.
But
yeah.
they pack on so much makeup, and
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
now it's like that more. When I was in the industry, it wasn't really that heavy makeup and all that contouring.
Right.
Contouring, that type of makeup was theatrical makeup when I was younger, because I did theatrical makeup, and I also worked behind the scenes for Maury Povich.
Oh, we
And
love Maury.
Yeah, the makeup, and I also did a dramatization for Maury Povich at one point. I played a woman who was writing to a guy in prison and sending money. Meanwhile, I didn't know another woman was doing the same thing. So
right to the same guy.
Yes.
Oh.
So we confront the two ladies. It was a real
Okay.
story.
Really? You
Can't
had
make that
some
up.
stories, honey.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but it was fun because the whole thing was fun because I was looking at people that were actually sad because she was sending them money, and then we confronted him. So it was fun.
Wow. And what about Connie? Did you know Connie Chung, his wife?
You never met her.
Yeah, I met her on a plane.
Oh,
Did you?
really?
Very sweet lady.
okay.
Did
Yeah.
you give her any business cards?
No,
or-
not then. I wasn't doing this then. I just talked to her. That was it. But she
Yeah.
was very sweet.
Yeah, she seems like them.
Yeah,
that
very,
type
very
of lady.
sweet. So you really have had quite a
life.
lot of different things
Yeah,
that you've
yeah.
done.
We were talking earlier. You gotta.
So let's talk about a little bit about the tough times.
Yeah, we got to get back to this tough time. We were talking prior to the show.
Okay.
So you gotta
Okay.
Tell us a little.
tell us
that's
a
all.
little.
Okay. Well, I grew up in a very
Low class, no, I mean, not low class.
No.
Yeah, low. Well, actually, I was in a very low class
too,
in
Sam.
Harlem.
okay. So
I
you know what
it's
I'm
like.
you know what
so
I'm talking about. Okay.
I could say ghetto.
So okay.
To me, it was ghetto. for
Yeah,
me.
it was.
And it was
yeah.
ghetto.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And it was rough growing up, and the teachers spent 90% of the time trying to discipline the children as opposed to learning. So I sat there doing nothing all day long, so I wasn't truant, but I didn't learn anything. And then I mean, there was a lot of violence. It was scary. There was police, like they say today, that's something new. It's not something new for me. And there was a lot of police in front of the bathrooms. And we used to, in the city, they used to have a block. I don't know if you remember the block passes, remember?
Yes.
And they were with
Wow,
a
you're
chain.
bringing back some. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So you had the block. It wasn't a cart or anything. It was a block, an actual block of wood. And so the police officer would allow you in the bathroom one at a time. So you knew like something was going to happen, but you don't really, you're so young that what's going to happen to me that he's standing in front of the bathroom. But so anyways, needless to say, I was left behind academically, and a few other people that I know that I'm still in touch with have wounds like that as well. And I was traumatized for a long time. And so I always wanted to finish my education, but I didn't have a high school diploma because I couldn't get a high school diploma because I only had 4th grade. You have to have 7th, 8th, 9th, and 11th, 12th or whatever to get it. So
you only had a 4th grade education.
Yeah, and how I know that is St. Catherine's in Franklin Square. They had a GED program, and I said, this is the last time I'm going to do this. Because every time I do it, I did it in BOCES, I did it in Suwanaka, and I couldn't do it.
You couldn't pass? Is that what it was? You couldn't
I didn't
get through
understand anything. Well,
No,
what would a
4th grade
fourth grader
education. She's got a lot of street
understand high school
education,
stuff?
you know?
No.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was me, and that I had a big deficit. So I went to the last one in St. Catherine's, and they give you a test, like a pre-test, to see where you're at academically. And she came back, and the week following I came, and she says, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything. She goes, and I knew what I did. My heart was pounding inside because I knew. I felt like a dummy too. And I said, yeah. So she goes, I have to tell you, you have a 4th grade education. And tears rolled down my eyes, but they were tears of joy. I said, how are they tears of joy? I said, miss, I want to tell you thank you. She goes, thank you? I said, yeah. I said, because you just did something for me you don't know that you did. I realized I'm not the dummy that I was. I didn't have the education. It stopped. And you know what? Whoever designed this test is 100% accurate, because that's the last time that I had an education, because I went to St. Queen's Village, St. Pascal Baylon, from 1st to 4th grade, and that was it. So I did have a 4th grade education, and they were right on the money.
But what did you do from 4th grade on?
I went to public school and sat there like a bump.
Oh,
on
so
the
you
wall.
did go to school?
Yeah, well, otherwise you threw it, So I just sat there.
Yeah, but listen, just because, and before I have to recorrect what I said before. Low income.
I know what you meant.
Okay,
I know
so
what
it's
you
not
meant.
low class. So
No,
please,
I know
I
what
just
you
wanted
mean, low
to.
income.
I called myself after, and I
That's
apologize.
okay. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but when you listen, I have a friend of mine, and we used to always hang out. And we were in junior high school, and he was one of my dearest friends. He stopped. We were going to middle school, and he stopped going, I think, at 8th grade, and so he cut school. But even when he went to school, I mean, he just sat there, really didn't do homework.
No.
Didn't really care to listen.
Because they don't pay attention.
Right. But I got to tell you something. The kid is really like a genius. He took his GED, I think, when he was 19, and he passed it. And I mean, he was always a smart kid, always. And I used to always say, damn, I just wish I could be like him, And at one point, I remember, they always tell you that people judge you by the friends that you hang out with. And I never believed that. And he was a good guy. The guys that we hung out with weren't that good. But I wasn't as bad as my other friends. And he wasn't as bad. But we just enjoyed hanging out. And but it's true, when you sit there, and I used to just listen on Thursday. I didn't like school. And it's the only reason why, because my parents were super strict. So this is a story I always say. I could only bring home A's. And B's, if I had more B's than A's, I was in a lot of trouble. But to me, C meant career, D meant diploma. But for them, they were very, very strict and whatever.
Yes.
So, to me, I would just listen on Thursdays. Why on Thursdays? Because that's review for Friday.
Oh.
So that was the only day of the week that I paid
wow.
attention to. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd sit there and I'd listen. Then I would take the test and get a 90, 95, whatever. But I didn't like it. Well, I think it's also because my parents are so strict. You know what I mean? And then my friends, I had 3 kinds of friends, 3 levels of friends: rich, middle class, and lower class, friends. And the ones that whoever knocked on my door first is who I hung out with. The rich ones were just rich and they were just lazy, so they slept in late. And then my other friends, and then my crazy friends, they were just crazy. So they were always the one banging on my door. And that's, so, but when you talk about going to school and not paying attention or just not liking it or not understanding it, you're talking about fourth grade.
I would have probably liked it, but I felt that it was me just taking up space, and it wasn't that I wanted to take up space. It was that the teacher couldn't teach. And I had a program that I invited teachers, and they said the same thing as I said, but they were on the other side. I was the student and they were teacher, and they would say that New York City.
You can say it, it's New York City.
Yeah, New York City. They spend 90% of the time disciplining than they do,
sure.
and they don't,
Well,
now
see,
I don't
right.
think they discipline. It's just
No,
like,
you're afraid,
free-for-all.
and you know what the sad part is, especially in today's education, the teachers are parents, and they're the disciplinary, and they're everything. They're supposed to be teachers. You have the kids that come home. The parents they're tired. I'm not saying that they don't work hard, whatever.
No,
but they
I
don't spend
understand.
time with their kids.
Right.
And they get this phone, computer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That takes 98% of their time.
Of
And then they're
course,
wondering
of
why,
course.
I can't learn or whatever. Because I guarantee you, if you have a TikTok test, I bet you'll see all the
they'll
kids will
pass that
ace
test.
it. The kids will ace that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus,
true.
I can't find this. Well, Google it. Well, you're just being lazy.
Right.
And these things have allowed all of our children to be lazy.
Of
And
course,
that's the sad part
Yeah.
about it. So I can't blame the teachers, and it's that hard on
No.
all these teachers that are out there, and they have to do everything, and now you can't yell at a kid. The kid has a phone, and you can't do this, whatever. So the teacher can't even teach because
That's my
you and think about it. Like even my kids will turn around and they would say, if they didn't like a teacher, why? Because the teacher was a little strict. And I said, but you got to understand something. Think about it. If you were a teacher, you had 7 periods, you had 30 kids in your class, or 20 kids, whatever you have, or 40. You're talking about 40 kids every 45 minutes, and it's all different personalities, attitudes, and stuff like that. So you're getting a teacher that's just trying to teach you something, and you have one kid disrupting, rolling her eyes, stone paper. Well, I was one of those a little bit, so by accident. But when you look at all the other kids, and my kids would turn around and like, but she doesn't like me, or he doesn't, whatever, and I'm like, hon, just pay attention. And I said, if everybody paid attention, I guarantee the teacher wouldn't be like that. Because you think about it, you have 3 classes that really piss you off already in the morning. So now you're already frustrated. Now the 4th class comes in, and sometimes you're human. You might take it out on them. I mean, not physically, and it's true because we do it just in everyday life, so.
So after you got your GED, what happened next?
Well, I was happy because I realized that it wasn't really a deficit on my part. It was that I wasn't taught, But I didn't know where to go from there, though, because I can't go to get the GED because I can't pass. So my son happened to be in Nassau Community College in the placement office, and he overheard someone talking to the placement officer saying, we have this provision in Nassau Community College that if a person takes 24 college credits, they will get a high school diploma, and that works towards their liberal arts associate's degree. So he calls me up, Mom, you won't believe what I just heard. He goes, because he knew I was crying. And he goes, no, you don't know. I said, come on, is this impossible? Me go to college? No way. So sure enough, I went to the placement office and I said, is this the truth? They said, yes. I said, I could sign up for college? But I don't have a diploma. I don't have any. Yes, you can. And I thought that was great. So that's when I started. I still had my program that I had victims speak out 1 day a week. And I just devoted to that learning. Of course, it took me a long time because I just finally graduated, but because I had to do all these remedial classes to make up, because I was a 4th grader going to college.
Wow. So
but
from
you did it.
Yeah, and not only
You did
that,
it. So congrats.
after you finished at Nassau Community, let's
Yes,
talk about
I
what
went-
you did next.
I
This woman is amazing. I am like so amazed at her.
So then I wanted to get my bachelor's degree, and I thought, I'd do nursing. I always had this desire in my heart to help people, but I didn't know really actually how to channel it or which way I was going. It was like a kid, they're 18 years old, and they got into school, and, oh, it's a big world out there. Where do I go? I was immature academically, so where do I go? So I thought, you know what, I'll go to take nursing or whatever. And then I didn't really want to, but I got my bachelor's in science, and then I took about a little bit of a year off, and then I said, people were telling me, even in the other school, the second school I went to after NASA, Empire State College, she kept saying to me, you should be a therapist, a social worker. I said, no, I don't want to, no. Yes, you should, Mary. You do very well. You're a good talker with people. You know. And so I continued with my bachelor's, and then I said, since I had that program for 10 years, different survivors of abuse, all types of sexual, domestic violence, rape victims, and then I would have professionals, therapists talk to them. I thought, you're doing that anyway.
That's right.
Really. And I volunteered an hour a week for 10 years. And I also for people that were in cults that defecting from the cult. They don't want to, they're afraid and they're scared to get out of the religion. It's and they like strong beliefs that they have, and they don't agree with them, and then their parents won't talk to them because it's a strict cult. I had people like that on my program. And
so you still have this program now? Or
no, I took it. I stopped it in 2018 because then I was working on my master's. So.
Whoa,
Can you believe this?
All right, that's
and
great.
Guess what? She graduated. Where did you graduate from?
From Fordham University.
Fordham University.
All right.
That's
story.
amazing.
Thank you.
That's a story.
And to be also graduating from Fordham, you have to have a very good IQ.
Yes.
So you have
That's
to be
right.
very
So
proud of
that's
The
yourself.
IQ was there. Her IQ was always there. She just had to fine tune it. And all it is just like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it, as they say.
Right.
All right. I turn around, people always laugh at me. My kids laugh, but now I even have my kids watching. I put a closed caption on my all my TVs, everything. Why? Mm-hmm. I don't have time to read. I used to read. Pretty avid reader.
Yes.
And in the beginning, my kids like, Dad, the words are blocking, blah, 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 blah. And I said, listen, if you watch a movie, you've read a book. Because remember, all those words that you're listening to is on a script.
Yeah.
If you really think about
That's
it.
true.
Okay?
No, that's true.
So even your commercials and this, so if you're watching whatever, I don't care if it's a half-hour program, whatever it is. So anything that's on the news, whatever,
Right.
I always have, and I pay more attention to the closed caption. I mean, I can hear what's going on.
Yes, of course.
But my kid, but now I have my kids have it on their TV. Look, Dad, then that means I don't have to. No. It doesn't mean you don't have to read your regular workbook.
Right.
Like at school.
Right.
They're like, Dad, I read 3 books today. I was watching the Gilmore Girls or whatever it is.
That's a good
So
way.
now
You know?
that you're where
That's
you
a
are,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
you're going on interviews.
Oh, yes. I
Which
think
where the Breakfast Club comes in, because that's how we were talking about it in the diner.
Yes.
And you were explaining to me about 1 or 2 interviews you've had,
Yes.
which were a little bit overwhelming.
Yes.
And that's what we do here. We try to, explain to the candidate like yourself, you will get a job eventually. You just have to keep at it. Now, you know how to keep at it, obviously, because look what
That's
you've
right.
done.
That's right.
That's
right.
true.
And sometimes you have to look in different areas, better, or have a mentor.
Right.
And when you have a mentor, that mentor can take you to other places
This
where
is
maybe you'll learn more from different industries. Like
Yes.
maybe you don't want to be just in, working with, kids that are,
Whatever.
what's the word? Disadvantaged. Or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Maybe you want to work with teens that are advantaged.
Yes.
Or, that's maybe more positive for you.
Right.
Because your story will be, news and to them, and they're like, wow, and their goals might be so big, and if they see what you've done and your experience, then you could teach them how to persevere even more. So you shouldn't limit yourself to one type of job,
Nope.
because you never know.
This is true.
And so when you do have these interviews where, they take your resume and it goes right in the garbage because of what
Yeah.
happened, the way maybe the the interviewer was younger than you, maybe not as experienced as you, maybe does not have a master's. You have to learn how to take it in your stride, be professional, and if it's not for you, it wasn't your time.
That's right.
That's right.
It wasn't meant to be.
That's true.
Quick shout out, really quick. Jenny A, Jenny C, Stacy, Mario, you know I love you. I got to talk to you soon. Marilyn, giving you a big shout out. Titi Irma, I love you. I love you. Grandma, I love you. And I'm the only one that can touch. This is Grandma, and I always massage her legs, and she
You don't massage my legs.
95 years old.
Oh,
And so I have to really give a big shout out. Yeah, massage. You have somebody to massage your legs.
Well, but you
Okay.
your grandma's.
Say hi to Melissa, saying hi to Patricia. Patricia Marie, how are you, honey? We haven't seen you in a while, Patricia
She's
Marie.
in Italy.
Are you serious, babe? You're in Italy
She's
watching?
in
Oh, babe, we love
Italy.
you. We love you. We love you.
Yes. she
Alana,
is.
thank you
Nice.
so much for all the work. She's a past distinguished governor. I mean, she had 4 big states to cover. Kathy Williams, I haven't seen you in a while. Send my love to Gil. Ariel Sinclair. She's the best drag bingo host ever.
Goes on.
I haven't seen you. Yeah, I haven't seen you and seen her in a while. Donna Morales, hello. She says hello.
Donna.
Robin, mwah. Phil, you know how much I love you. Phil Verso Productions, Cherry Productions. Phil is a very dear friend, and he just does so much. And I really appreciate it. You know I tell you that. I love you like a brother. And George Ellert, how are you?
Well, so you got a few
there's
people
others I
watching
miss,
you.
but yeah.
Everybody keeps sharing
Yeah.
that show because
Yeah, keep sharing,
some fantastic lady and a very good
That's
candidate
right.
for a job. Really, I'm amazed.
I can't believe that.
I really am, and
I didn't
give you
expect that
credit.
kind of ending. And it's a beautiful ending. It really
really
is.
Thank
It's
you.
a beautiful ending.
Thank you.
I mean, meaning it's not.
No, I understand.
You still
I
have
know
more
what
to
you
go.
mean. Yeah,
You
of
know.
course.
You're pretty much
But I
there.
I did it. Yeah. Sometimes the first time I looked at my diploma, I started to cry, and I go, and a few of the professors said to me, because I told them a little bit of my story, and they said to me, "But you're in Fordham, Mary, don't you get it? You're in
Yeah.
Fordham. You're in Fordham," and I go,
That's right.
"Yeah, you're right." No, I mean,
right.
because it was
That's right.
so hard for me to accept. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I was so fine-tuned the other way. But even
You
now,
know, it's like I sat there and I promised before I rest.
Yeah,
My final
there you
resting
go.
bed.
There you go.
I just have to finish to just get my degree.
That's
and,
right.
and I am going to do it.
I'm sure you will. But
I
you
am,
see
I am.
what I want to do? I don't want to go to school. I want to get an honorary degree from one of the universities because I volunteer my whole life everywhere.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have a book that's big with all my volunteerism. But to get that honorary degree,
Yeah, that's no
you
joke.
need to make a
You
big
really-
deposit donation.
Yeah, that's look. If Mike Tyson got an honorary degree, the guy could barely spell his name.
That's what
I mean, I love you, Mike, and I know Mike. I love you, Mike.
Same neighborhood.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh,
Same neighborhood.
But that's on my bucket list. That's
I
one
know,
of the
yeah.
things. But it's
Alice
all right.
Roberto Smith.
Yeah.
Hello from Staten Island. Love you. All my friends are in Richmond Town, so I don't know what part of Staten Island you're at. So she says hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So
Like,
now, do you have a bucket list? I mean, you've done so much.
Do I have a bucket list?
Yeah.
I still want to be in the media. I like journalism. You know, I do. So I want to help people at the same token. So I'm kind of, but I think I could do both. And that's basically what I'd like to do from there on is try to help, people that are suffering.
You should write. You should
Right.
start a blog.
I had several blogs for women that were victims of domestic violence. I think I sent you one.
Yes.
And the Franklin Square, the Elmont Herald put me in
Really?
full
That's great.
page. But
I saw the articles. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was in I think 2013 or.
Yes, I actually.
So
Thinking now for you.
I was up and coming in that world, but I went back to school, and that takes a lot of time, school,
Right,
because
right,
I didn't
right.
realize
Oh, yeah.
that when you're in graduate school, all the papers that you have
Here
to
it
do,
is.
but I loved it because
Yeah.
I loved
She
all
had
the
some
research.
article in the
That's
Long
great.
Island Herald. Yes, she did.
now we have a clip to show.
Yes. Do we have
What
a
is it?
clip?
Yeah, do we have a clip?
Are we going to show that clip?
Yes.
No food because I'm tired.
Don't argue, okay? Listen to your Aunt Grace and Aunt Mary. Do what they say.
All right, say goodnight to your Aunt Camilla.
Good night, Aunt Carmela.
Oh, back? Okay. All right, well, okay. I couldn't hear the clip. I was too busy trying to talk here. I apologize.
So they just showed the clip?
Now there's clipping. Tell us about this.
That scene
Yeah,
in
that
the
scene.
Sopranos. Okay, that was the kitchen scene. That was after the funeral.
Right.
Because Italians, they send a fruit basket after, so the fruit basket, I think you could see in the background. And it's interesting because that's Silver Cup. Those are all props. That kitchen, the whole
Right.
9 yards. And you see Carmela taking the
In Long
baked
Island
CD
City.
out of the yes.
No, well, very
bread,
well.
Silver Cup bread.
Oh,
Used
right,
to be.
exactly. Right. Remember the 59 Cent
And
Bridge?
that's right.
Yes, I know very well.
And anyways, that was after the funeral. We came home from the funeral, and I also did what they call dubbing for The Sopranos because they love my accent. So I went and during the week before the scene, and I did a dubbing for them. So I did a voiceover. In other
That's
words, I did that for them.
Well, voiceover is another good job for anyone over 50.
Yeah, somebody,
Yeah, it
somebody
is.
told me
But-
to do that, and I
Yeah.
just turned around and go, how much money can you really make?
It
I mean, at the
depends.
point I was thinking about.
Well,
but you
no,
can.
you
I didn't realize
can.
that. But
Yeah,
you really have to
yeah,
be at a certain level.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to
But-
listen to me mumble. But.
No, you sound good. And first
he's
of
good,
all,
ain't
he
he?
has
Look
a
how good
very
she is.
no. You have a very
Good.
commanding voice, and no,
he could be commanding at times.
no, but you do for news journalism. You definitely have that.
Thank you.
I always felt like I had too soft of a voice, actually. But
Well, when you get
for what
upset,
I'm doing, no,
Nice,
I
yeah,
don't.
I know.
No. For what I was doing for the with survivors, that's a perfect voice for it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, we did a voiceover class at the Breakfast Club.
Oh, you do?
It was great.
Oh.
Yes, and it
That's
was all
wonderful.
about you don't have to dye your hair, you don't have to wear lipstick or anything.
No.
You could get a job just by doing a sample of a voice. And we actually did a class in a restaurant. About 22 people came.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it was different. And a lot of people would never have thought of doing that.
See?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they put you
it's
in a
fun.
room.
Yeah.
And, you have these things on your head. And you're
Yes.
just in this little box.
That's right.
And that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another option for people that are over 50 for jobs.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very versatile. I love.
I could see
I
that.
can't sit still. As far as I always want to do something,
Right.
make an impact, and
Make a
also
difference, make a difference.
right, and also something that I like, because when it's something that I like, I put everything in it.
Well, you're going to be passionate about it.
That's
You're
right.
You're going to keep doing it, And passion is what gets you to the next level of your life.
That's right. It's the truth.
That's
It
for
is.
sure.
It is. So I have for you, because you're such a great lady, my 2 books. And I'm sure you'll cry when you read this one. And you'll laugh when you read this one.
Okay.
And that's how I became a little funny since I met Greg. I'm sort of like
And
a
she's
comedian.
very funny.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet of
Yes,
you.
she is.
So that's
Yes,
from us.
she is.
And I think, Greg, you should try this new toy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what
Joseph
it is.
Carl Marcino, how are you? Give it a
Fired to
shout out
Freedom?
from Beechurst.
Yes.
That's the book.
Give him, yes,
Yes.
that's the book.
Okay,
him a
Joseph
big shout.
Marcelino just called me yesterday.
Did he?
He might come on the show.
All right, good.
He is an amazing artist. He sent me all these pictures of all these drawings.
Right.
And he wanted to know if he could bring his friends when he came on
Okay,
the
great.
show. I said,
That'll be
sure.
wonderful.
So
Looking forward to it.
thanks for calling the other day.
All right, I don't know what she has here,
It's a toy.
but it's like one of these buttons. I know
looks
it's
like
at
a button,
Staples. What is it when you would get upset or
Stop.
something?
say
Stop.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
It'd say
What-
shit or
okay.
something and you press it.
Okay, what kind of buttons you pressing?
Well-
I mean, what kind of?
Stop.
I don't say stop. I say
Right.
shit.
No,
Okay.
I don't think Staples
okay.
sells a red button that
That's fine.
says shit on it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's my version
Okay.
of stop.
Oh, that's
All right.
true.
This
you don't
looks
want
like
to do that.
is this the Golden Girls?
Yes, the Golden Girls. I'm a Golden Girl
Let
now.
me see.
Oh, that's right. And congratulations again. I know I told you. Now wait. They honored you.
I got honored
Okay,
one day
she got honored. To believe she got honored.
with a
This
lot of
woman,
great women.
I got to tell you. But now wait a second. I wasn't able to make it.
I know, but thank
That was
you.
it,
I know
but-
you sent the whole
Yeah,
team. That
yeah,
was so nice.
Yeah, and
it was
she,
amazing.
the work that she really does, You just see her, and sometimes I know she's a stalker on the Facebook. But take that aside, okay? Take that aside. She's a wonderful human being and has the biggest heart in the world. And she's non-stop. And if it wasn't, okay, I just have a place here. But she's the one that makes the Breakfast Club show what it is today. So I always have to say thank you over again. And she's
I've got a great team. I've got Jenny. I've got Susan.
That's it.
Who
and
wanted to meet you.
Susan. I hope you feel
she fell
okay. She fell. She okay. Ricky, my dearest friend in Howard Beach, she fell and broke her arm. We were supposed to have lunch, and all of a sudden I get a text she couldn't make it. And I hope you're feeling better. And I sent you something, and I haven't seen her in a long time. And she was my right hand man back in the day when we used to work together in a company at a limousine company, and she was the one that taught me that whenever we would go, when I tell you this is a class act lady, I've never met anyone like her. And we would go in the elevator, like if we have to go to Shears and Lehman at that time, now it's Lehman Brothers or Travelers or American Express to get the account. We would go, we're in the elevator, and she was dressed to the night, and she really got me to really appreciate, I love to dress.
Well, he's a classy dresser.
So she turned around, and we would sit there, and we're in the elevator, we get ready to go to see an account, and she would turn around, I'd look at her, and I'd fix my tie, and then I would say, and we would both say, "Showtime." And it
That's good. I like that.
And we were an incredible team. And
really
Lynn, I hope you're feeling better too. That's a wonderful daughter. And great. Elise. Elise Roberto Smith. Yeah, okay. Paul, where have you been?
See, these people.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop.
That's okay.
But Paul, hopefully you got to stop on by also. You're another one. I know I haven't been out, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So
you look
I will
great.
be back out.
You look so much better. It's nice to have you on the set.
Anyway, let's get back to this thing here.
What do you think it is?
Well, it's one of those
looks like a cookie.
Shit me buttons because now that you
well,
said
let's
that.
play it. Nobody ever believes me when I'm telling the truth.
Jealousy is a very ugly thing, darling. And so are you in anything backward.
Oh.
That's good.
Okay.
It said jealousy is a very ugly thing.
That's right.
And it is.
It certainly is.
But I have to tell you where I was today. I was at this Merrick Jewish Center today doing a talk about what happens when you're 50 and you need to go to work. It was full of senior citizens, and everyone had a table, all these companies, and the seniors were quite pushy. And they were just taking all of my things on the table. Is this free? Is this free? Is this free? No. It was hysterical. And Therese came to help me because Susan couldn't come today. Therese is a very quiet lady. And the place was buzzing with people that were obnoxious. And Therese couldn't deal with it. She goes, I can't deal with it. I gotta get out of here. But I couldn't get up the stairs. There were like 22 steps. So they put me in
They didn't have an elevator?
They did. But you know what it looked like? It was this box with 4 windows, and this little old man looked like he was about 85. He goes, "Well, you're ready to get in?" I'm like, "Oh my God." I was so nervous. I got in it. Actually, I should take a video of this for Greg. It was kind of shaky, but I got in, I got up, and I got down.
Oh my God.
And I said to the guy, "What happens when 5 seniors get in this elevator?"
Well, they just one at a time, or 2 at a time, yeah.
You don't want to know.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
So it was quite a day with all the seniors in Merrick. But I met a lot of great contacts. And
good,
probably some new clients.
Yeah, right.
So today was
Mandy, how are you? Giving a big shout out, honey. Love you. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, was that Mandy from the show?
Yeah, that's right, from the show.
Oh, nice to hear from you, Mandy.
Yeah.
What's happening with Jesus?
I got to tell you, there's a lot going on. See, I hate this. My memory, I have so much.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, Deli's going to have a big event. I know. Where are you, Phil? Phil, I need to know exactly because I know the bands got switched, so I don't want to mention the wrong band. So I know he'll fill me in 2 seconds. And then Deli has he's a very dear friend of mine. He's a promoter, but it's a younger crowd, and that starts at 12 midnight.
Oh.
So the band's going to be here from 8 to 11:30, and then the next party begins
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is that, on the weekend?
It's tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow night. And,
Yeah, this is a nice place.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
they have a lot of
really
nice
is.
things here.
Thank you.
A lot of
I,
things. So guess what we're doing here on Monday?
What are we doing here
There's
Monday?
a big
I never know. I don't even know half of the things
I'm
that
telling
goes on
you in
there. I swear to
advance.
Well, yeah, tell us.
This big cowboy,
Yes.
4 hours away from upstate,
Yes.
is driving down
Aw.
with his very new maple syrup.
And I want to try it.
And
Really?
he's invited all of our friends to come to the show.
No, wait,
to
he made
taste
it. He made it himself.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
got-
barrels of it.
Aw.
But he's not bringing
Well,
a barrel.
I was going to say, how much maple
He's
syrup
not
could
bringing
one
a barrel.
eat?
His name is Mr. Zehr, Z-E-H-R. He found me on Facebook. How, I don't know. He wears his big cowboy hat.
Really?
He's got a lovely family.
Aw.
And he's coming down Monday with maple syrup. And he said, all you need is some bread and some bagels, and I'll bring everything else. So whoever's
With
out
maple
there.
syrup, just
Yes.
Yes.
bread and what?
Bagels.
Just bagels.
Yeah, you
so
know,
we're
like-
just going to eat bread and syrup.
All the locals.
Well, he wants-
No, I'm just saying. No, I mean, it's,
Yeah,
I was
he
going to
said
say, you know
waffles.
what? Can we just?
Yeah, he said bring some waffles.
right.
He's bringing the syrup.
Okay.
And he said, invite anyone you want because I want honest opinions on the show.
Okay.
So Monday's going to be very different.
Okay, good.
So
But that's nice.
bring your appetite.
Yeah. I don't have a big appetite, but for syrup, okay.
He found me
I'll give it
on
a shot.
Facebook. I
Really?
know people think I'm crazy.
No, she is crazy. You don't.
Patrick heard the whole conversation. Am I lying, Patrick?
Yeah.
He couldn't
Poor
believe it.
Patrick. We pray for you all the time.
Yes, dear.
That's it. That's key. That's right.
And when we were having the conversation, he was cracking up. I'm like, no, what's going to happen? He goes, oh, okay. He's coming Monday.
That's great.
That's the kind of stuff that makes me smile.
Yeah. I would have different people on my programs too, promoting their own books. I would always have people.
What's your hobby?
My hobby?
Do you have one? You really don't?
Not really, no.
Oh,
You've
come
never-
on. You
nothing?
have to have something you love to do. I can name 10 things I love to do.
All right, but
I used to.
it's
I
not.
don't know.
Forget
Well,
it.
well, let me put it.
We're
Let me
not talking
put it
about
this
that
way.
now. I'm sorry. Both of you, like, oh my God, I thought she was bad.
Well,
What did she
since I
just
was
say,
devoted
Donna?
in school
Yeah.
at that time, I really was more focused on that. So no hobbies at that point. But now I'll be experimenting again because I'm free,
Okay.
and that all that work and the paperwork for school. So I was more devoted with that.
No black hand.
Yeah.
No black hand. I was
Oh,
going to
That's
run
really
see your
sorry.
pimple face.
Well, we know
That's
that the diner, Stop 20.
That's one of my hobbies. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
You still
true.
go there? I mean,
Yeah, just about every day. The only thing I'm going to miss it if I do get a full-time job
Right.
because I won't be able to visit my little friends over
Well, you
there.
go at night.
Yeah, that's
Patrick and I go
Like-
3 times a day.
I love that
Oh, my
place.
God.
Yeah. That's
What's
how I
his
met
name?
Patrick.
Oh God. And I'm sorry, and I apologize if he sees this.
Gus?
I forgot
In
it.
the diner?
Is it? He's got the Cadillac convertible white.
That's Gus, I
Is
think.
it? No. Is it Gus?
The son or the father?
No.
Oh.
Either no. Gus, I know that's the owner.
Oh.
No, he works there. He's like a manager. I think
Oh,
he works
Patrick
at
probably
nighttime.
knows him, yeah.
At nighttime,
At night.
black hair, has a really wonderful girlfriend. Oh God! You know what? Afterwards, I'm going to remember.
Yeah.
Once I remember, you're going to say, yeah, you know.
The best
He's
thing
been there
to
forever.
eat at the diner for dessert is the coconut custard pie. At that
See,
diner.
I don't know. I don't. You
Maybe
know what
I'll
it is?
go over there
I'm not a
after
big.
here.
I'm not a
I'm
big.
gonna do that.
I'm not a big coconut. I mean, I like coconut.
I got to bring you there for it. It's delicious. And
But
they
there
always,
is a
I think she knows it
sentimental
very well.
connection to the diner to me too,
Okay.
because my mother worked there, and when my parents separated, the diner, I say, fed us. Because she
Aw.
worked there. So, and I knew the original owner and also the second owner and the third, this who's now. But I worked for the second one when I was like in my early 20s. I was the cashier there. That's why I told you I used to memorize the tickets,
Right.
the receipts. But yeah, and the locals all in the neighborhood still remember my mother to this day because she had Metro 700.
Right.
Her name was Annie, and she was a redhead, heavy-set lady, and she used to have customers waiting outside just to sit on her side.
Aw, so that's sweet.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
great story. Your story is terrific.
Oh, I think
You should be very proud of yourself. We're proud of you.
you
Very
too.
good.
And I thank you for inviting me.
I'm proud of myself.
Well,
Boy.
Well, you really are.
Look like the both of you
Thank
like, well, what was that all about? What is it, like you guys like plan this or something?
No.
You're in cahoots, right?
No,
No, I'm
I'll be
teasing, I'm
honest with you.
teasing.
I only met her a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
No, only a few days ago. But
So this is
it's karma.
a woman thing.
It's karma.
No, it's really more of a
karma.
woman
It's
thing.
what it is. Jenny knows. She's seen me do this in the diner before.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and Patrick,
But-
forget about it.
poor Patrick. All I say is poor Patrick. I know. You're going to be a saint. Well, you're already a
He
saint.
is the same. The
You're already
same
a
as
saint.
Patrick. He's St.
Yeah.
Patrick.
That's for sure.
But
Well,
it's
we'd like
a
to
small
thank
world.
thank you for coming on to the show.
thank both of you for having
Very,
me.
very much.
And thank you for
And your
call.
journey hasn't ended yet. So you have a lot more to do.
I know.
Remember
We'll
that.
be
You have a
putting
lot
you
more
to
do.
volunteer work for sure. You know that. You'll be back.
Yeah, look at
I
her.
will.
She didn't say
I-
she said she'll be back. She didn't like the volunteer work part.
Yeah.
You just all go.
No, I'll be back.
You all like this.
She likes to help people.
I know.
Yes,
you
I
can
do.
see. You can see that. You can see that.
How does somebody get a job doing what you do for Versace? Because that's a fun job.
Well, it's a hard loop to get in, but once you're in
Once
the
you're in,
loop,
you're locked in.
That's
yeah,
right.
I know.
So, how I did it
I
was
bet a lot of mature women would like that.
They do.
Yeah.
How I did it was I was a very good salesperson. I worked in A&S at that time. And girls used to come in and I was breaking my back selling stuff, 3% or whatever it was for every 100, which is to get, it's not even a good tip. So anyways, what happened was I started seeing the girls and I would talk to them and I said, how do you get a job doing what you're doing? Because at that time they were making $12 an hour. Now I'm talking in the 80s. $12 an hour was a lot in the 80s, right?
That's right.
And I was only making half, $6. So they said, well, you have to know somebody. At one point, they used to have agencies. There was an agency that you could work for, but the agency took a cut. But it was worth it because it gave you the exposure. But I didn't work for the agency. But anyways, Revlon came to my store, and they were I'm still friends with these people. The executive, the regional, and came in the store and says, this person that's only working here part-time, how is that person? I was only like 12 hours a week maybe. I was pulling in $4,000 a month. So they saw that. That's a lot of figures. So they met me and I said, well, why don't you promote me? Why don't you give me a job like that? And then I said to myself, I burnt myself because they're not going to give me a job like that when I'm pulling in for $6 an hour. Why would they give me a job promoting for that? So I quit. And I called them. I waited for the figures to drop because I knew they were going to drop. And then I called my AE and I said, are you ready? Said, yep. You can have the job, and so then I worked all over the metro area.
That's great.
Good.
And
So
that's
you
right.
see, if you don't ask, you don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, but sometimes people have to appreciate who you are first.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'd like
job.
to say again, thank you.
And thank you to you
And
and to Valentina.
oh, Valentina, look at that.
I
She's
couldn't
just
believe it.
amazing.
I went home jazzed when I met her.
And imagine what Patrick feels like going
Patrick?
home. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, we want to thank you again and wish you all the luck.
Oh,
And,
thank you. Yes.
Hopefully we'll see you back here again.
Oh, you will.
and
So
if
now-
people want to reach out to you, you have a Facebook account?
Yes.
How do they reach you?
Mary Aguilar Buttafuoco at Facebook, and then if they want to email me, it's voicesneverheard78@gmail.com. And if you feel like there's something that you want to discuss or talk about, I'm always here to listen.
That's great. That's
That's
good.
terrific.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
everything that you
much.
do. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, which is Oro Puro. Teddy, thank you, and thank you.
And I'm coming to see you.
Oh, you
next
know she's
week.
coming to see you.
Easter's
All right.
coming.
And tax season, don't forget, taxes, what is it, the April?
Prince, yeah. It's coming
what's
up,
the
April 15th.
Isn't that when, the deadline? So you have to see Prince of Taxes, which is Jackson Hewitt, 768 Hempstead Turnpike, and Oral Pure's 1033 Franklin Square on Hempstead Turnpike. And
You can't
Tranquility
forget.
Spa, Angela, giving you a big shout out. Keep up the good work. Hopefully she'll be opening up another Tranquility Spa.
There's 2 Tranquility Spas now.
Oh,
So,
wow.
A
so
third
we'd
to
like
open soon.
That's right. So,
And just
and
tell
thank
them
you,
that we
Love,
sent you. Yeah,
for
of
being
course.
you.
It's a great show.
Thank you.
And on that note, what is she
Okay.
saying?
I don't know. I can't hear her. Okay. Guys, thank you. And it's a...
It's a wrap.
Bye. That was great.